Hello guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a application in Xcode that plays a YouTube or other online video. So to create a new Xcode project, please note I'm on version 4.5.1. I'm one of the few tutorials on YouTube that is actually 4.5.1, and let's get started. Now, if you can do this with multiple different tabs, but I'm just going to show you the basics, so it's a single view. And if you have the old Xcode, it would be a view-based application, because that's what a single view is. Okay. And now you're basically going to want to put in simple app. Simple app. Make it for the iPad because it will be compatible on the iPhone. Hit next. Hit create. Now, simple app, you're going to go into its main storyboard.storyboard. Because if it's like main storyboard.zib or something, that's incorrect. That's why it's main storyboard.storyboard. If you have a zip file, that means, well, if you're running on the old Xcode, then you will have a zip file. But only in the old Xcode. And then you're going to open up your main storyboard.zip. But I have the main storyboard.storyboard. So, if you're on this file template library, just click right here to get your objects. And move it up a little. Make it kind of like that. This makes it a lot easier. But it won't really explain to you what everything does. After this tutorial, I recommend setting it back to normal. But when you know what you want, it's easier to find here. So then hit View Controller, hit First Responder, and then take one of these Safari things and drag it on to the full screen, the entire iPad screen. So it looks like that. Next, hit this button, and I'll hit this. This is called the Assistant Editor. It's basically bringing up, it's your view controller.h. It's basically bringing that up on your storyboard, so you can use your storyboard with this code. So hit Control, right click, drag right above and make the storage weak and leave it like this. If you have a UI web view and you drag that out and did like how I told you, this would pop up. Now I'm going to call this simple UI web. Simple UI web view. Now you don't have to do it like this. Oops, they're not gonna let me connect. Simple UI web. There's like some weird rule where you can't have any spaces. So hit connect, and then it'll be non-atomic. It should say edit property weak, and it should all have these in these thingamabobs. Weak, non-atomic, IB outlet, UI web view, the multiplication symbol, and then your, whatever the name of what you typed in was, and then the semicolon. Now hit this to get rid of the Assistant Editor, and go into your viewcontroller.m files. Go into your super view did load, hit enter twice. Now it's going to be a string, and now you're going to do space, the multiplication symbol, and your variable name. Okay, I'm going to call this embed code. No, embed code equals at quote and then a semicolon. Now you're going to want to find the video that you want to embed. So I'm going to use one of mine. Okay. This. Now I'm going to hit, I don't know what site you're using, but it should be under the Share tab, and then it's Embed. You're going to want to copy all of that. Let me zoom out, and now you're going to want to open back up xcode, and in between the quotes, you're going to want to paste that in. But that's not actually going to play your video file, your YouTube video. You're going to want to backslash each quote, except for the quotes that we put down. So the first and last quote we won't backslash, but everything else we will. And that's how it should look in the end. Something like that. Now go into second enter, and now you're going to do 2 brackets, it's going the same way, self, and then you're going to say whatever the first thing you create in your main storyboard. So I'll do, what did I call that? I'm gonna see my view controller.h. Simple. Yeah. So all you need to do is type sim and then simple UI, and I'll do 1 closing bracket, a space, load HTML string, and now it's not load request or load data. Now you're going to want to do your other one. So the other one you just create up there. So mine is embed code. And base URL is lowercase nil, not uppercase. I don't know if it matters in a semicolon. I don't know if it really matters, but I use lowercase nil. So now there'll be no errors in a second. Oops, I don't forget that bracket. Now there'll be no errors. And now you can just run your project on the iPad simulator. And this is the iPad Retina display. Now, if we don't want the Retina display, what we're going to want to go is hardware or device, and you can choose whatever device you want. This is the normal iPad screen. So, now I have to find it. Simple app. Under simple app, I can hardware rotate. I can actually see, this is basically what your iPad screen would be. See? And there. People want to make an action game, so you can just get rid of. And that's that. But if you want to try it on the iPhone and you made it for the iPad, it's under hardware, device, iPhone. And it would really look like this if you had this on your iPhone. There's simple app. It's not like iPad tools or anything where the high scrubbing. See, it's iPhone. Now if we check this back in our iPad simulator, it should look pretty cool too. The whole point is not to make it. Now, it's. Welcome to a basic. See, it's iPad. So it really it's really cool. If you like this tutorial, don't forget to like, comment, and/or subscribe. I'll see you guys later.